Hi guys, I'm one of your coaches. I am Samantha Mans. So I'm coming at you this Saturday afternoon. Sorry, I had to think about what day of the week it was. To talk to you a little bit about measurements and before and after pictures. I can't stress enough how important this is. So your measurements are going to be just for you unless you want to share them with your coach. We are happy to certainly keep those for you as well. It will not get shared with anyone else as far as measurements go, but they're really important to track your progress. The scale is definitely not the only way to track progress. It's possibly the worst way to track progress. How your clothes fit is one of the first things you'll probably notice is when you have a little bit extra room in clothes, or certain areas of your clothes are a little tighter, but some of them are a little bit roomier. I've noticed that as I've been doing this little obsessed. The area in my butt, since that's getting a little bit more built, is a little tighter, but everywhere else is a little bit bigger, so it's kind of cool. But measurements, photos are super important. I never used to think that. The first photo I took was only a little over a year ago. As far as progress photos, before then I just kind of skipped that step because I didn't want to take them. I wish I would have, because I probably would see even more of a transformation in myself. And it isn't just about the photos and measurements. Your mindset is such a big part of it too. But as far as the physical part, what you're really doing on the outside and what you're doing on the inside that's translating to the outside is also important. So yeah, the weight, sure. To put that into perspective, my last program I did Core to Force for 30 days, full cardio program, which is so unlike me, but that's a different story. It was really fun. I did enjoy it. I didn't lose any weight. I didn't gain any weight. My measurements actually didn't change at all, but in my 2 photos of my upper back, I can see how much more muscle definition I had. So without those photos, I would have just thought, this program just maintained me and that's it. But instead I saw how much stronger I got, and I used other variables such as those photos to be able to show that. So they are really important. So one thing, when you're taking photos, have some good light. There is a, if you don't have someone to take them for you, if you don't want anyone to take them for you, there's an app for your phone or tablet. It's called TimerCam, TimerCam, and it'll turn your phone into a timed camera for certain second intervals. That's what I personally use. Sorry guys, minor interruption. We're good. So I used that TimerCam app for my last, for all my progress photos. I said on a bookshelf, take them in front of a blank wall that I have or a door. But when you take photos, you want to take one from the front. Sorry, this is just what I wore today because it's Saturday. You want to take one from the side, kind of either bring your arms up or up like this just so that it's out of the way. You always want to take one from the back. Usually I kind of stand like this just because you can see more of the back. You can choose to flex or not flex. Usually with my back, I personally do one that's unflexed and one that is flexed, just because it's always fun to see a little muscle. And that way I can see too the differences in both when I do my progress. So I personally do one of each, but that's entirely up to you. But I would recommend at least 3 photos. When you do measurements, use whatever tape measure. This is like a sewing one. They all work. One thing that is important is your bust is going to be as tight as you can get, but right underneath your chest line. A lot of people will go right over. That's incorrect, but if you want to add extra measurements, you're certainly welcome to do that. But for the ones that we do and what is suggested, go there. Your waist is going to be your tiniest part. Now I have kind of a lot of extra fabric here. Hold on one second. We'll get that out of the way. So the waist is going to be your thinnest portion, and don't cinch it in and really tug on it. You just want it to be tight against your skin but comfortable. Your Hips and butt is going to be the widest part. Your thighs, you always want to do the widest part for pretty much all of these, just because that's going to be the best. Same with the calf, the widest part down there. Your arms, you really want this wider part down here towards the bottom part of your bicep, not this like little groove that, you know, a lot of us have when you kind of lift up your arm, because that's going to be one, hard to hit. It's going to move a little bit as you get, you know, do different muscle groups and stuff too. So try to hit the widest part of your arm here. It's going to be the best to really see engage. So with this challenge, we are asking you guys, it's a little different with the albums, to put your before photos in there. I know that that sounds really, really scary. You're going to see all of us coaches do it too. If you don't want to, that's up to you, but it is a great motivator. It's a great thing to see them at the beginning and end. If you don't want to share them in the group, but you want to share them with your coach, just talk to your coach. I'm sure that they're happy to receive an email of them or Facebook message, whatever. If you just keep them to yourselves, that's up to you too. For putting them in your album though, so that we can help cheer you on with all that progress. For this next challenge group, you will receive an extra entry for our prizes, so a little incentive there. I promise you won't regret taking a photo, even if you keep it to yourself. Sorry, my dog's walking around in the background. That was my interruption, was my mom letting my dog in, because I guess Gracie really wanted to come in and hang out with me. So anyway, you will not regret seeing those progress photos. I promise, as hard as they are to take at the beginning, trust me, you're going to thank yourself later, and if you don't take them, you are going to regret it. I wish I would have done this 2 years ago when I first started my journey, and I'm glad that I took them a year ago, even though looking back, obviously I was not happy with where I am, but I've seen so much of a transformation both inside and outside, and it's been amazing to see that. So we'll see you guys on Monday, and I can't wait to start this challenge with you guys.